This week it's been really hot here in London. We've had heat wave conditions, heat warnings. It's been really humid and uncomfortable. And I haven't done much because of it. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. With some jobs, it's hard to avoid doing anything but working the way you normally do, or almost the way you normally do. And I have great sympathy for those people, and we should be as kind and tolerant towards them as possible, because I know even in ideal conditions that dealing with the general public can be a real test. And that's as polite as I can say it. So yeah, but I think, the world's changing and there's going to be more of these extreme heat events. Europe has had even higher temperatures than here, and I don't know if the humidity is the same there as here, but it's been pretty miserable and uncomfortable this week in London, I can tell you that. And I think there's this idea that we have to stay productive the whole time. And I don't think that's natural. I think that's something that's taught through our culture. But I think there's another way. Anyway, I made some notes, of course, and I just wanted to go through them and see what you think. So feeling sluggish, unfocused, or lazy, it's not being lazy. It's your body surviving. So, I'm probably going to say this a few times, but be kind to yourself. Productivity guilt. I think it's something we have to lose. We're trained from an early age to be kind of obsessed with getting things done. And, I think we need to lower the bar, because on really hot days, just doing the minimum is success, So let's celebrate that. Put off doing anything unnecessary. If what did I put here? Oh yeah. The world's not going to end if you don't do the vacuuming, or the washing stays piled in the corner for another couple of days. Just let it be and look after yourself. And when you do things, just try and be aware and again kind to yourself that everything's going to take twice as long and be twice as demanding, or maybe even more than that, because of the heat and the humidity. So just try and be aware of these things. Don't beat yourself up just because it's hot and you've got this sort of, I have it. There's been days this week when I've done pretty much nothing except think about things, which is something, I suppose. But I have this inbuilt guilt that I should be doing more. And it's something which is taught into us from a very young age. And I don't think it's natural. The natural thing would be to adjust in a healthy way to whatever the circumstances are. Whether it's physical, psychological, emotional, that would be the natural thing to do, I think. So we've got to try and lose this productivity guilt, I think. And lying on the couch or the sofa or divan, depending on what you want to call it, wherever you are in the world, with a fan on yourself doing nothing, it's not doing nothing. You're looking after your body. You're helping it adjust and get through this difficult period. So, again, be kind to yourself. And listen to your body. Irritability, brain fog, lethargy are ways that it's your body, telling you, slow down, take it easy, have a break, drink some water. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. Not all the noises of society around you. Listen to your body. Okay. You don't have to beat yourself up for not, spending hours in the kitchen over a hot stove making some wonderful meals. Just get something easy. Get a takeaway. Just try not make your meals complete crap, but just have a couple of cheat days if it's really miserable and hot. And just use your common sense, but don't use it. I mean, I've been guilty of this mindset in the past of going, oh, well, it's really hot, so I'll just eat, 10 litres of ice cream or something, and that will do for my meal. But my mind tends to jump from one end of the scale to the other. So just be kind to yourself, and, there's no reason why you have to slave over a stove. Make a salad, get a pizza delivered, And if you do that, and whether you're having a pizza delivered or ordering something on Amazon or whatever, try and think of the poor man or woman who's delivering those things to you too. Maybe offer them a glass of water or something because they're suffering. Don't feel guilty about cancelling plans. Who wants to go out somewhere and melt into a puddle of sweat when they don't really want to be there? They don't want to go through that experience. I don't want to go through that experience. So what you'll find is that true friends will understand. If you're ringing them up and say, look, I don't want to go. It's really hot and humid and miserable, and I know I wouldn't have a good time because of that, or whatever. We don't even have to explain with true friends. They'll understand. So don't be afraid to cancel plans. And I guess, it's gone. Age, what can you do? Oh, there it is. The very thought I had in my head written down. Keep hydrated. It's an obvious one. You hear it all the time. Be careful not to overhydrate, though. I've been guilty of that in the past, outside of, heat wave conditions. But even in heat wave conditions, it's easy to overdo things. So, and even when you have the mindset you're being kind to yourself. So just like everything, I suppose, do things in moderation, and but keep hydrated, because you're sweating, you're losing fluids. You got to keep that balance. So just don't force it. That's the thing. I think that's the thing I've done in the past, is force myself to drink fluids. So you drink more than you normally would, sure, but don't overdo it. So be kind to yourself, listen to your body, keep hydrated, and do what's right for you. And it's going to be different for all of us. And, the heat will affect us all differently. the old, the young, the people who have some existing conditions, they're obviously going to be the groups that feel it the most. But that doesn't mean everyone else should think that they need to battle on regardless. No. The overall message is be kind to yourself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, Kin Spirits, you watch it for free on Tubi. I hope to see you in the next one.